And we start WUSA 9 News at 6 with breaking news. The U.S. Senate has passed the first of 2 votes needed to approve a funding bill to prevent a government shutdown. Thank you for being here with me tonight. I'm Lorenzo Hall. So that vote 62-38 with 10 Democrats joining Republicans on this one. Here's a live look right now at the Senate chamber where they are getting ready for that final vote. Now, there is a lot at stake for D.C., not only because of this potential shutdown, but also because this bill would force more than $1 billion in service cuts and, of course, layoffs, too. But as Rafael Sanchez-Cruz tells us tonight, some D.C. leaders, they are feeling a bit optimistic at this hour. Right, Rafa?
Yeah, that's right, Lorenzo. The Senate will consider a separate bipartisan bill focused on these cuts to D.C. In the last hour and a half, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer made the announcement, but we're still unclear if this means D.C. will be completely exempt from these cuts. So how did we get here? So the measure approved by the House this week would essentially treat D.C. as a federal agency, which means the district would revert to its 2024 budget, forcing the city to make over $1 billion in cuts to city services. This isn't federal money, but D.C. taxpayer funds that essentially D.C. would not be able to touch. D.C. officials have warned that this type of cuts in a matter of 6 months would lead to layoffs of city workers, including teachers, first responders, police officers, and many more. Now, since Monday, there has been persistent lobbying on Capitol Hill from D.C. residents and officials. You can see it there. A lot of senators and their staffers were not even aware that this spending bill would have impacts on D.C. Those who have been lobbying on the Hill tell me tonight they're hopeful after hearing this from Senator Chuck Schumer.
Soon, the Senate will vote on a bipartisan piece of legislation that will make an important D.C. funding fix. This legislation will make sure that we take care of the residents of the district. It will support law enforcement and firefighters and teachers and city services. The legislation is very good news for the residents of the District of Columbia. I'm happy we're passing the bill today.
Yeah, you heard it there. Very good news, but not a victory just yet. This legislation would still have to get the approval from the House. I can assure you that no matter what happens, the Bowser administration and other city officials have been meeting all week to strategize a plan, and I'm sure that planning will go into the weekend, Lorenzo.
Yeah, we're talking about Congress here, so we have to wait until it's all said and done. Rafa, thank you.